Hello again, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. This is John from the Flippin' Ain't Easy channel, and I wanted to talk to you guys today about managed payments. There's still a lot of confusion out there, and I do have an update on managed payments. I spoke to an eBay rep today to get some clarification. So without any further ado, let's go. So as I mentioned in my introduction, definitely wanted to talk to you today about managed payments. And I still get comments from people and questions from people asking about managed payments, and just kind of wanted to go over the facts that I know of. And like I said in previous videos, I've been on managed payments since September of last year, when I was invited by eBay to be in the managed payments program. And a little bit's changed since then. It's really not that big of a deal. It's still sort of the same payment system. I have daily payments selected. You can do weekly if you like. But I just wanted to talk to you about sort of, again, the basics on some of the questions I've been asked on managed payments, and to give you an update on some things that I just found out with managed payments. Before I begin, do me a favor, hit that like button if you like this content. Also consider subscribing to my channel, and of course hit that notification bell icon so that when I come out with videos and eBay content, you'll be one of the first to know about it. So some of the questions that I get a lot about managed payments, I don't know if it's just newer sellers or just people who maybe sell some of the prohibited items that haven't been asked to switch over. But a lot of you still out there have not been asked to switch over to managed payments, and it could be for a number of reasons. I have a buyer's account that I use. Honestly, I haven't been on there in a while, but I have not received one message about managed payments, and there's nothing stopping me from going on there and just selling stuff right away. And once eBay severs ties with PayPal, I'm curious how that account is going to be able to collect payments, because it's just not set up for anything. While I don't have an answer for that, it's definitely a good question I can look into, that I can give you guys an update on. But accounts like that aren't tied to a seller's account, or really haven't done a lot of sales volume, or sell from one of the prohibited items list, will prohibit you from essentially having access to any form of payment. While you may have access to PayPal now, I can tell you the original report that I was given was that by the end of this year, 2020, that all sellers selling items that are allowed on the platform will have to be switched over, or are planned to be switched over, by the end of the year. However, the tone seems to have changed, and it appears that eBay's stance is now mid-2021. And I think what it is that we have a list of prohibited items that you cannot collect payment on managed payments, and I think they're working something out to try to get the various vendors like Apple Pay. There's certain items that they will not allow eBay to have on their platform for them to use Apple Pay as a form of payment when a customer buys an item. And that's a big thing. You see Apple Pay at convenience stores. My local grocery store has Apple Pay, where you can simply use your phone. It's a big thing. And as it grows, eBay wants to have these forms of payments on their platform, so it attracts people to want to use. If they have $100 in Apple Cash, which is sort of like Venmo or any other, the Cash App, that type of thing, eBay wants to attract as many of those kind of vendors, and in doing so, they have to abide by their rules. So from what I understand is eBay and some of these other vendors like Apple, with Apple Pay, are in negotiation to see if some of these things can be allowed. And so if you're selling, and I'm going to read this because there's so many items in here that I can't even memorize them all. So I will be reading these to you. But if you're selling any one of these items, this could be why you have not been invited to manage payments as of yet, and you're still using PayPal. Okay. So if you're selling adult-only items, I won't go into that. You can use your imagination. But if you're selling adult-only items, that's definitely not allowed with managed payments. If you're selling alcohol, if you're selling artifacts, grave-related items, and Native American arts and crafts, okay, catalytic converters and test pipes, cell phone wireless service contracts, charity and fundraising, clothing used, and that's a big one, by the way, clothing used. I didn't think that was a prohibited and restricted item. Any of you guys sell used clothing that have not yet been invited to manage payments? That's a big part of the population. This list here is straight from eBay's seller help and contact link. When you go and log into your account, at the top of the page, you can click on help and contact and type in manage payments prohibited items. It almost feels like this is wrong. Something that I myself will be doing some checking on, and I'll give you guys a follow-up when I get an answer on that. So I went back, I paused the video, and I checked on the whole clothing thing, and it turns out that if you are selling used underwear, that's panties, briefs, diapers, athletic supporters, like jock straps, that kind of thing, are prohibited. You cannot sell any of those items that are considered as underwear, that type of thing. Bras are not considered underwear per eBay policy, so you can sell bras that have been used, but yeah, who wants that? So you can sell your used clothing on eBay. So all you folks who do the whole thrift store thing or buy large pallets of used clothing or boxes of used clothing, definitely is something you can continue doing. So I'll continue. You have contracts, cosmetics, counterfeit currency and stamps, coupons, credit cards, currency, drugs and drug paraphernalia. I know somebody who they make little glass drug paraphernalia, and they used to sell this stuff on eBay, but of course that's not happening with managed payments. Embargoed goods in prohibited countries, firearms, weapons, and knives. Examples include pepper spray, replicas, and stun guns. I used to sell stun guns back in 2008, I believe, on my account, and I sold a lot. And my account was suspended because at the time you could not sell a stun gun that represented an everyday item, like say a flashlight that had a stun gun capability. And so I think I had some of the stun sticks that extend out like 3 feet, and you could stun somebody that way. But I sold a lot of them on eBay before they told me that if I do it again, I'm going to have a suspension. And then I just pretty much found someone, and I sold them all at a pretty good deal just to get rid of it. I didn't want the headache anymore on my account. So the next category would be food. Now, if you look further into that, it's talking pretty much about expired, unpasteurized goods, things of that nature. So as long as your stuff is pasteurized and it is still within the expiration date, it can be sold on eBay. With managed payments, that is. Gift cards, government documents, IDs, and licenses, government transit and shipping related items. You can't sell your USPS priority mailboxes on eBay and use managed payments. You shouldn't be doing that anyway, because those were free and they don't really belong to you. They still belong to the USPS for use only if you're shipping through them and using, say, priority mail or whatever it calls for on the package. Hazardous or restricted regulated materials includes batteries, fireworks, and refrigerants. And it was funny, I just got through selling a 24 pack of AA batteries. This time of year, there's a lot of people buying that stuff. So I need to look into that more. And if there's anything crazy, I'll tell you about it here. Human remains and body parts, who would do that? Importation of goods into the U.S. Examples include CDs intended only for distributions in a certain country. I can't really give you a whole lot of background on that kind of thing if you sell that sort of thing. But go to the policy under help and contact under managed payments, prohibited items for more information. International trading, items encouraging illegal activity. Examples include an ebook describing how to create meth, or create a bomb, that kind of thing. Lock-picking devices, lottery tickets, mailing list and personal information, medical drugs, devices, and healthcare. Now, I sell a lot of health and beauty, and like, for instance, a TENS machine, which sends electrical pulses to the muscle, and those sell just fine on eBay. The key thing is it a prescribed TENS unit or medical device? If the medical device has been prescribed to you or someone else, you can't just resell it on eBay when you're done with it. And accept managed payments. So maybe you could have done that with PayPal, but with managed payments, it's a prohibited item. This says military items, including, it says see firearms, weapons, and knives. I'm sure, and I didn't look into this, but again, you can look it up on your own. I'm sure that's talking about military or war. If you want to try to sell a bazooka, a World War II bazooka on eBay, managed payments isn't going to like it too much, and you probably won't be allowed to sell that. Multi-level marketing, pyramid, and matrix programs. Offensive materials. Examples include ethnically or racially offensive material or Nazi memorabilia. No pesticides. Cannot sell plants and seeds. Police-related items. I don't know if that's memorabilia or just a baton. Police uniforms, or again, you got to look that up. Political memorabilia, reproductions, postage meters, real estate, recalled items, slot machines, stamps, stocks and other securities, stolen property, surveillance equipment, tobacco, travel, weeds, and not the kind you smoke, but I think that's more along the lines of plants and seeds, which is mentioned earlier, but it's on this list as weeds. Now, the thing you have to realize in this is that if you go to list an item on eBay, and the system will look at your title, and it'll also look at your description. And if it determines that some verbiage that you're using in your listing breaks one of these policies, you'll get a little error message in your listing, and you'll have to go back and revise the item or just not sell the item at all. And if any of those items, ring a bell as items that you sell or have attempted to sell on eBay, you definitely want to reach out to eBay to get clarification on this. But what's happening is that might be why you are still on PayPal and have not been asked to merge over to managed payments. And I know that for a number of these, not all of them, because some of these are still not going to be allowed to be sold on eBay with managed payments. But I know that based on my conversations with eBay, that a number of these are being looked at. So if you're selling in these categories, the goal is by mid-2021, some of you will be able to sell on eBay and continue to sell on eBay and sell some of these items, and it'll be okay. While others, if you can continue to sell items such as this, there will be a deadline. Once eBay finally severs ties altogether with PayPal, then you won't be able to sell on the platform, at least selling these kind of items, and even then you have to switch over to managed payments. The question I get a lot from people is, I don't want to switch over from PayPal to managed payments. will I have an option? What happens if I don't want to switch over to managed payments? And the fast answer is you're out of luck, because what happens is they tell you, here's when you have to switch over to managed payments. You need to provide us with your social security number so that we can have your information. They need your information for tax reporting purposes. If you sell a lot on eBay, maybe you're not now, but they don't know if you're going to expand and maybe sell quite a bit more. And so the concern that eBay has is that they have to have that information so that if you sell more than $25,000 worth of merchandise or over 200 items, then they have to report it to the IRS. And if they don't have that information to report, then they are going to be on the hook, and they can be in trouble through the IRS for not having that information ahead of time, which is why they're asking everyone who's switching over to managed payments to provide that information. It's not optional. It is a requirement to do so. So, guys, I guess it boils down to this. eBay is providing a platform. There's a lot of policies I don't agree with. There's a lot of things that's going on with eBay right now that if you go back and watch my other videos, you'll see that I certainly don't agree with them, to the point where it comes off as maybe me being a complainer. But again, that's not the point of this channel, nor is it the point of this video. I just wanted to inform you guys that it's really, regardless of how I feel about managed payments, it's something that you guys really at some point are going to be required to have. Most of you have already switched over to managed payments. If you still have PayPal, well, lucky you. Enjoy it while you can. But by the end of this year, I know that some are going to be asked to switch over. And by now, from what I've been told, many of you who are selling these prohibited items are going to hopefully be taken care of, to where you can continue to sell these prohibited items through managed payments once it's cleared up with Apple Cash or Apple Pay and some other vendors who have concerns about some of these items that are being sold on the platform. So this is really not the end-all be-all of all managed payment related questions that you might have, but the whole idea and purpose of this video was just to touch base on it again. I do have a video here that has been very popular that I can put up for you, and you can get some questions answered that I made a few months back. Hopefully that'll answer some more of the questions you might have. Of course, you're always welcome to leave your comments down below and ask any questions you might have. I'll be glad to do my best to answer the question and even try to find an answer for you if it's not something that I have an answer to. So if you like the content, once again, please hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, and hit that notification bell icon. So for those of you who are new to the channel, the purpose of this channel is to inform and help educate other eBay sellers on eBay policies, things that have changed, things that I encounter as a seller. Just sometimes we try to keep it light, but a lot of times we're just here to learn. And I learned from you guys as well. If you have any insight that I haven't touched base on, certainly put that information down below. And but consider subscribing to this channel, because it is a very informative channel. And if I find something that I haven't heard other eBay YouTubers talk about, I certainly am going to bring it to your all's attention. So that's my video for today. I want to thank you for watching this far through the video. Again, if you have any questions, please leave that information down below in the comments. And guys, continue listing, continue making those sales. It's Q4. Knock it out the park. And just know one thing, guys, flipping ain't easy.